Hello there everyone and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today we're going to be doing tons of masking to create this truly cool card. So to start with, I have a piece of cardstock, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I also have some of the satin masking tape from Altenew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of the strips and I'm going to create kind of a ray radiating from where I want it, and then I am going to ink this using some of the cotton candy ink. Now I've added more of the ink to the kind of corner of the ray and then let that gradiate out to the part where it's wider on the side of the card. Once I've done that, I'm then going to remove those 2 pieces of satin masking tape that we have, and I'm going to create a second ray just under the one that we've done. So I'm going to add a piece over the ray and then one underneath so we can create another ray radiating out from the same point as before. For this one, I am using the sun-kissed ink to add that orange colour on there. And before I remove the tape, I am taking a piece of tissue just to get rid of the ink off the tape before we reuse it. So we can use this tape again and again, but if you do let the ink kind of accumulate on top of the masking tape, you will get a kind of muddy colour. So that's why I am using the tissue just to get rid of that. So once I have done the orange, I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to move that ray down and then add the yellow ray in. And for that one, I did use the citrus burst ink. So I'm just going to continue in the same way to create all of the other little rays that we have. It's kind of like a rainbow prism, which is very, very cool. So I'm going to add the tape further along, again, masking off the one that we've just done as well. And for this one, I am going to be using the Firefly ink to add in that green. Again, adding more of the colour to the tip of the ray rather than at the edge of the card. We want that lighter so it kind of looks like it is a ray of prism light. So once that's done, again, I'm going to take that tissue, remove any of that excess ink that we have on the tape, and then replace this down. As you can see, it does take a little bit of time, but I think this is really cool, especially when we're only reusing a little bit of masking tape and then just using ink to create this really cool effect. You could do the whole of the card if you wanted to in this way too. So I'm going to be using the kind of aqua color here. This is the Mountain Mist. Again, remove the excess ink before removing the tape and then placing it down. So I now only have 2 more to do. I know this is not a true rainbow, because I did do 2 kind of blues instead of 2 purples, but I do love my blues. So I'm going to add in the blue stripe now, and this is going to be with the iceberg ink. And then once that's done, we have one final little stripe or ray to do. And for this one, I will be using the wisteria. So I'm just going to remove that one, add that one back into place, and then mask off the blue one that we've just done, and then add the wisteria ink in for that last ray that we have on the end there. So once that's done, we then have this very pretty effect with our little rainbow prism rays of light. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off 3/4 of an inch all the way around this panel. So this means that we're going to have that white edge, but also that little rainbow prism that we have to the left side of the card, that is going to be masked off. So that's going to kind of follow the way out of the card, even on the white stripe, which is going to be pretty cool. So once that's done, I'm just going to mask off the rays, and I'm going to ink up this top portion first. And for this, I'm going to be using the charcoal suit. You could have added a really dark black if you wanted to, but I wanted something really dark, but not quite black. So that's why I have used the charcoal suit here. And then just going to replace that piece of masking tape that we have to the bottom edge. And then I can add the charcoal suit ink to the bottom piece as well. So once that's all nicely ink blended, I can then remove all of the masking tape, and this is kind of where the magic happens. You can see that dark, crisp edge that we have with the white, and then also those beautiful colourful stripes coming off the black part or the grey part into the rest of the card, which is really, really cool. So once I have that, I'm then going to take the Artist Collection stamp set, and I want the rays of light coming out of an image, and I have chosen the little paint box that we have on the stamp set. So I'm just going to stamp that onto some classic Crest Silver White cardstock, and I'm just using some obsidian ink for that. I'm then going to take the woodless colouring pencils, and I'm going to quickly colour in some of these little paint splotches that we have here, kind of representing the colours that we have on the card. So as you can see, I'm not colouring all of the paints in. I only want the ones that are going to be on the card. So that's why I have only coloured in 8 of the 12 little pieces that we have on the image. Once that's done, you can die cut that using the coordinating die, but I'm just going to fussy cut around mine. Again, I'm going to use that stamp set for the sentiment, and I'm using some obsidian black just to stamp that into place onto the little rainbow effect that we have there. Once that's done, I can add this onto a card base. So this is just 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm just using some glue tape to add that down nice and flat. And then I'm just going to add some foam tape behind the little image that we have, so that is going to pop up a little bit from the card. Whatever is hanging over the side, I am just going to trim off, and here is the card complete. I really do hope that you like the card and that you've enjoyed the video as well. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it would be great if you do share, because we'd love to see. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.